Hello everyone and welcome to Space Engineers. Before we start the game today, to I want to change one of the settings in the game. I want to make it a little bit quicker to do things. So the welding speed and the grinding speed, I just want to up that a little bit because that is just way too slow right now. And with that, let's get back into it. Okay. Well, that was a bit close. I didn't realize that meteors could get here, and if it could get there, then it can definitely get to our rebase here. So let me just enable meteorites on here. Target meteors, target missiles. Okay, good. Okay, so what we want to do in this episode is to redo the base a little bit. One of the first things I want to do is move this nuclear reactor. It doesn't have that much uranium left, and I don't really want to have to move uranium by hand from the refinery over to there. And a good location for it would be right here, just behind this cargo container. Connect that up and that should be all fine. The next thing I want to do is put the upgrade modules onto the refinery. I'll have to bust open the roof there so that we can fit that final upgrade module in. And I also want to put in the upgrade modules around the assembler. And I want to plug these gaps with a number of cargo containers, because what we'll do after that is we'll go and mine a whole bunch of asteroids and pick up all of the materials that we need. Actually, there's one more thing that I want to do, and that is to set up Talendan's inventory management, or TIM, which will automate a lot of the management of the refinery and the assembler along with the cargo containers. We'll set up a few LCD panels as well so that we can see what it's getting up to. Okay, so let us start by moving the nuclear reactor. We can move the nuclear reactor and the base will still function because it'll pull power from the batteries in our little ships on the roof. Not sure how long it would last, but it should last long enough for us to move the stuff around. Okay, let me just move this stuff out of the way and take this down. Okay. Reactor. There we go. And the rest of it. Okay. And that should... What the hell just happened? I ran into the flight seat and they died? Okay. Must not have had much health, maybe? Oh, I have no idea. I clearly forgot to pick up the uranium from the reactor. I'll just pop that in there, and the reactor should pick it up. Here we go. I'll just rename it. Okay. Now what I want to do, before I was rudely interrupted by that death, was to set up the... Okay, so... Oh, I can get here. Let me just take this off. So since I'm not worried about power consumption, I'm not going to use any efficiency modules, but I will use a couple of yield modules and I will use a couple of speed modules. So speed module and yield module. Okay. Oops. There we go. 1, 2 speed modules. And a yield module, so that's that one. There we go. That takes care of that. And I can also I think the assembler only takes speed modules and efficiency modules, so it won't take yield modules, so I won't put one of them on. I'll put on a speed module. Yep, right there. Right, I can't go there. Okay, let me weld all of that stuff up. I will then come back. Alright, so that's all of them built. What I'll do now is I'll pop on an extra cargo container there. Small cargo container. Table plate, of course. And I will put on a speed module just there. Just check. Yeah. And then I will put on cargo containers here and here. I can put that. I'll weld these up and pop another cargo container there as well. Okay. Now we need another speed module. Let's take a plate. Okay. Okay. We'll pop on another speed module there. Yeah, like that. Another one there. Pretty sure, yeah, like that. Okay, so that's all of the upgrade modules. I'll just double check. Go to the assembler. Yep, 4 speed modules. So they're all being used, and I'll just check the refinery as well. Yep, all the slots are used, 2 yield and 2 speed modules. Perfect. Now what I'll do is, because we need a lot more storage, the math is that for 4 of the medium cargo containers on our small ships, this small cargo container on our base is the same capacity. And we're probably going to need to do a few mining runs so that we can have enough ore and then the refining can continue. So we want quite a few of these small cargo containers. So we've got 1, 2, 3 already. So we'll just fill up this whole space that we have left with cargo containers. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. 7 in total, I guess. So I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. Only for the time being. So I'll just go ahead and set them up. So, thought I might not have enough interior plate. Interior plate. Wait a minute, I should have some. Did I use them all up? Okay, I'll make some. Oh, I did have some. Though I didn't show me before. But okay. Okay, so right there we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh crap, I shouldn't put this in yet, so then I won't have access to it. So let's just go ahead and weld these up. Okay, and the final cargo container, for which I don't have interior plate. Interior plate. Interior plate. Shabam! Okay. That's done. That looks kind of nice actually, even with this upgrade module kind of sticking out. What we want to do now is I want to move this gravity generator over to here so we can have this whole wall space free for... What do we want this wall space free? Now we'll take this wall space and then we can actually reconnect that up that way and pipe that up so it's all connected up together. Which we don't need right now, so I might leave that till later. So, gravity generator. I'll just pop that there. And I'll just still plate, it's fine. Still plate. Oops. That's it. There. There we go. And we have gravity back. What we also need actually is a programmable block. Now where are we going to put that? There is just... Alright, let's place the LCD panels. So we need the widest LCD panel. Might not give us enough space for everything. What if we go for the small LCD panel then? Well, not the small, but just a regular LCD panel. Interior plate. Interior plate. One, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, that could be fine. Let me check programmable block. That can go there. That might do. Okay, don't need the bulletproof clasp part. Which order did I build these? Was it 1, 2, 3, 4? We'll find out soon enough. We'll go in here and we'll set this up to use the Talendan's inventory management. Now there is an updated version, this one. So we'll use that. It's an unofficial update. I haven't really tried it, but let's hope it works. Check code. Okay, that's fine. Remember to exit. Okay, now the way Tim works is by tagging the items that it needs to manage. So let's start with the refinery. So we'll just call it refinery 1 and we'll call this Tim Auto. And that means that Tim will automatically manage this refinery. We'll do the same thing with the assembler. Again, assembler 1, Tim Auto, and you'll notice that I typed all in lowercase, but it changed it to all uppercase. That means that Tim understood it and it has rewritten it. The next thing we will do is we'll take a cargo container. So let's take, actually I want to take this one, which is that. Small cargo container 13. We'll just call this CC Tim component. Why didn't that work? Or did it? Here we go. So it's changed it to capitalize the C of component. What that means is that it will put all of the components into this cargo container, which makes it incredibly convenient when it comes to just picking up the stuff that you need. And you'll notice that it's putting in new things now. That's Tim getting the assembler to build a specified number of all of these items. How many items it creates, I think it's based on the number of cargo containers you have and a set number it has in its database for each of the items. I guess it's based on sensible defaults. I haven't really found an issue with it. I think it's a really good start and a simple way to have all of these things to hand for whenever you need it. Saves you from having to go in and manually produce things as you need them. If you don't have a lot of resources, you probably don't want to put it on auto and get to build all of these things automatically. The next thing we will do is we will get Tim to display information on these LCD panels. So let me go and do that. How do I get to see that one? Okay, fine. Control panel, LCD. So LCD panel 1, Tim debug. Let me just check which one that showed up on. That's not the one I wanted to show up on. So, okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll change that to the second one. LCD. So this can become Tim debug. And this one, we can get it to show us the inventory of all the components. This one, which I think is the first one, we'll get it to show the inventory of the ore, so we know how much of that stuff we have left. Let me just check if that went on to the right one. Oh, it did not. Oh, I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, okay. So 1, 2, 3. So I want that. So 4 is the debug one. CD4. Tim debug. So 3. So I did. So, yeah, that's correct. I want the ore there on the deep. Oh no, is that? Yeah, that's the components. Though it's a little difficult to see because it's up there. That is annoying. You know what? I'll put another one there. That's fine. Take that off. And what I will do is I'll make this the ore. Sorry, this the ingots, and that the components. Ingots. So the last one I just created should be tin inven ingot. Oops, I shouldn't have made that. So I check. Yeah, that worked. That's good. And 4 LCD 4, that should be tin inven component. Yep. So that's 4, that's 5, and that's fine. Actually, I want ore as well. That should be a wide display. Oops. 7 wide. Okay. Okay, so there's less confusion now. I'll make the wide LCD TIM debug and LCD. So we've got 2 component ones. That one becomes ore. Okay. And what I will also do is put a light here, so we can see what is going on. Corner light, interior light. I'll use interior light. I'll just put that there. Move construction components. See how easy it is? It's all in there. Wait, I had construction components. I can't really see that. Yep, I definitely cannot see that. This is okay. This is okay. Yeah, this programmable block there is really not going to work. I need to move it.
Inventory full. Meteor storm inbound.
Where shall I move it to? Maybe I'll just put it in. I'll just hide the gravity generator and just put all this stuff away. And I'll just grind this down. Okay, 6. Oh, can I not? Of course I can put it there, that's fine. I just want it there. It's not ideal. It's in a bit of an awkward position, but it's okay. For now, we'll just have to make do. Yeah, I can get there. Just recharge while I'm here. And we'll set up Tim. And I might actually reposition. I'll reposition this. So that's there. LCD panel. Sorted. So that will be the ore, that's the ingots, and that's the components. So I'll just rename that just now. Control panel, LCD, so that will be tin, inven, ore. Oh, it won't fix it because I haven't set up tin. So let's go in here, edit, browse workshop, check code, remember and exit. And let's check. Come on. No? No? Oh. Programmable block. Yep, it says that worked. So let me just check here. Yep, it should be working now. There we go. So now we can see that we have some ice that's in there. We've got some nickel and we've got some uranium ore, and that's what's being refined just now. As far as ingots are concerned, we've got cobalt, gold. Oh no, we don't have gold. So we have cobalt, iron, magnesium, nickel, silicon, stone, and uranium. And you can see, if I can just, let me just switch off most of these GPS coordinates because we don't need them. Show on hard, show on hard. Okay, that's all of them off. I'll switch this off as well, and I'll create a new one here, which is home. Okay. Oh, and those are the beacons. I should actually set those beacons up. Let me just do that. Beacon. Can I get it to? Can I not get it to show the ship name? Oh, that's annoying. Then I will have to figure out which ship it is. Okay, I'll do that later. It's a bit dark in here. Let me check the light. Interior light. Radius. That's better. Intensity. How does that look? I want the intensity down a bit more. Light. Intensity. What's the fall off? Wow, it's a bit bright. Still a bit bright. Let me see. Intensity. No blinking. Fall off. Ooh. That looks kind of okay. Or is it there any point? Interior light. Okay. That's okay. This font is just a bit small. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Could put that on a wide one so you see more. But okay, so according to the debug, there are no problems, which is a good thing. Ooh, processing limited item requests. That's fine. So I've got all this set up. Is there anything else? I think we're good. I could swap this around, facing the other way, and pipe it in so that the ice, I could pop the ice in any of these cargo containers anywhere and it'll get pulled into there automatically. But for now I don't think it really matters, so I won't worry about it. I'll call this episode at that. We've done a good chunk of work. What we need to do now is go and mine a whole bunch of ore, which I might just do off camera because that's not very exciting. So the next time I see you, I will have mined a whole bunch of ore, and they will all be getting processed automatically. That reminds me, there's one more thing that I want to do before I finish this episode, which is in here. I want to set up a few of these small cargo containers. So maybe these ones. I'll just set these up to be tin ore. So what that will do is that will hold all the ore, so they don't get kind of just distributed across all of these different cargo containers, and they will also pull the ore down from the mining ship as we dock it, which is important. Otherwise it'll just stay in the mining ship when I go for the multiple trips, and then or I'll just wait a long time for them to get cleared. So I'll just name a few of these cargo containers tin ore. So each trip, so each of the, well, our mining ship can fill one of these small cargo containers completely. So if we are doing, let's say, 4 trips in total, then I will name 4 of those like that, and one of them I will use to store. If I'm mining, if 4 of them are full of ore, then one might not be enough for ingots. So I will maybe use 2, because in fairness, as soon as the ingots are sorted, they will probably, a good chunk of it will get converted to components. So let's see just here, ingot. Tin ore, ingot. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, they're all in the assembler and the refinery. There is some there. Oh, is it possible yeah, I just realized that I put 2 cargo containers round the back behind over there that is not connected up to the conveyor system. So I should actually just rename them. Good thing I found them now. So these 2 are unreachable. That's a waste of resources. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try these 2. Did that work? There we go. So all of the ingots are getting stored in there. So that means that it doesn't clog up any of the other locations. We'll just name this as well. Oops. There we go. Now you'll see that if you name 2, if you mark 2 for Tim with the same thing, it'll just split it in half and spread it across those 2. So if I had 2 cargo containers with components, all of my components would be split in 2 and shared across both of those cargo containers. Okay, that's that for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.